Hi, I'm Corey. Welcome to the WitchBorn Wailing Citadel. This is our 6th crowdfunding project and our first time fully on Gamefound. You start by creating your own little adventuring party of 6 warriors, and you're trying to take the fight to the Witchborn. The Witchborn are demonic spirits that inhabit any fresh corpse, rise, and walk again. They feast on flesh, and our fresh hell is called perdition now. Roaming bands of survivors make up your war clans. The shape-changing Norn seem abandoned by their fates. Dwarves are a dying race. Only 1 in 9 are daughters. Fairies have forgotten their duties, unsure of how to save this dying world. Orcs are no longer conquerors of elves and men. Only the guild generate wealth and power as perdition crumbles. And the nomadic plainsfolk form an order of paladins just to fight the Witchborn and their insatiable bloodlust. This game gets really addictive as you try and build your war clan, collect new treasures as you're working through a campaign of adventures, including Wailing Citadel. But there's always that fear of death and the fact that your guys can become Witchborn if you're not careful. In Perdition, when anyone dies, they become Witchborn too. Even in-game, even your own guys. You may have to burn one of your dead warriors just to keep them from turning on you. It gets intense. Witchborn adventures are infinitely replayable with hundreds of encounters that pop up just like this. Okay, so she made the first discovery of the game. Every adventure comes with its own app. Aaron's going to read to you what your characters see and hear there.
A hawk lands to strip leathery flesh from a corpse baking in the sun, but it's Witchborn. Scenting fresh blood, the thing gravels closer to you.
Well, that's not good.
The in-game app lets players share the storytelling duties so everyone gets to play. You're going to play through a campaign of adventures starting with Enter Perdition here and working your way all the way up to 7 Sleeping Kings. You're going to find that there's always something new and that you can backtrack at any time and still face different challenges. Wailing Citadel has been remastered to replace our classic vinyl battle maps. One player asked, well, is there going to be anything new? And that's a huge yes. We're going to roll out this classic vinyl. It is big and gorgeous, but you can see there's nothing on the backside, and it's a little tricky to store. So look inside the new box. The map is tucked in there very neatly. Let's lay the new map on top of the old just for comparison's sake. And you are going to see that these are double-sided. We'll get into that in much more detail. These room interiors eat up a lot of real estate. But when those are in place, not only does it look great, it takes up less room on the side or on the top, and that's going to give us a lot more space to fit on more tables. It also gives the players more real estate to spread out. So where are the room interiors? I think this is kind of cool. When you're outside, it has one look. When you breach the temple, it's got a completely different look. And same thing for the tower interior. Gonna just add those on to the side if you got a big table. If not, these could go on a side table. Beautiful graphics, got big updates. Now your warriors can even loot the furnishings. Keys to the terrain are printed right alongside for easier access to everyone. And let's not forget the stables. There's 2 big improvements here. It's a separate card with more detail. For folks who like to think in 3D, we added the outside cliff face. This helps with line of sight discussions and helps when your warriors like to spider climb along. From the other side, we've even got the interior. The app got a fresh update with tons of new encounters, and it's going to have more graphics than ever before. Just hit a couple of them. This is a fun one. All right, you get to meet the Blood Guard, and you're also going to see that there are step-by-step GM notes, because as always, Everyone helps in the storytelling, and no game master is needed. The Brood. Oh, that's a scary new one. We've got a gorgeous new guide. Gives you the setup to the Wailing Citadel. There's a really important battle map terrain key with line of sight rules that are so useful that we've actually incorporated them into the living rulebook. You may have seen them. As always, there's going to be rewards for winning. Tons of fresh treasures you're going to want with new graphics. What's absolutely new is that rules for team games have been added. 2-on-1, 3 teams of 2, 3 against 3. However you split it up, there's always a new level of challenge. Believe it or not, that isn't even half of what comes in the box. This is going to be a little bit insane, but this set comes with tons and tons of double-sided templates. There's going to be hundreds, and once you've got them all punched out, they'll fit neatly in this tray underneath. In addition, you're getting the Wandering Forest adventure, which is inspired by an older one called Dragon Moon. To get ready for play, we're going to add 20 or 30 wandering trees to Failwind Swamp. The set comes with enough like this, and each one has a name like Little Keely here, because each is inhabited by a fairy spirit. The trusty box is also jam-packed with other big templates and the Wandering Forest guide too. It's been a long journey to bring these two adventures back to life. I have limited copies for those inside the US that are tariff-free, so lock those deals in now. I also have even fewer for those outside the US that are both tariff-free and VAT-free. So you really want to get in early and make sure that you reserve your copy. Thank you to everyone who's been part of the Witchborn, and thanks to the new backers too. Together you're bringing some old ghosts back to life. Thanks so much.